Hi, my name is TeresaAlabata and welcome to Eczema Phoenix, where we learn how to transform the way we live with eczema. So it's been a while since I posted a video and yeah, it's been a tough month or so in quarantine. Also, before I proceed, sorry for any background noise. I think there's construction happening. It's beyond my control. Hopefully it's not too distracting. But yeah, today I'm here with like a health progress update and what I have been up to recover. Since my last video, I had been suffering from some really bad candida rashes, just lots of sugar and carbs, consuming a lot of it and seeing really bad consequences in the form of swollen psoriasis type rashes, patches, redness, swelling, cracking, particularly around the neck, creases and folds, which you can see I'm recovering from, and I'm grateful for it. I would rather be in this place where I'm not swollen, not cracking, not bleeding, not sore, and any kind of pain or itchiness, rather than what I was going through even just as recently as a couple of weeks ago. I just hit rock bottom again, and it's like I have no regrets about solo traveling. It was like the best experience of my life. I would not trade it for the world. But all of that movement and the stress of like switching like residences every week or every month or sometimes every day, Airbnb, going to different countries, not having like a consistent, stable source of organic quality food all the time, indulging, being a tourist, the pressure, just it was a lot of pressure. It was a lot of fun. I made a lot of friends, no regrets. But you know, it definitely took a toll on my digestion and my immunity. And then getting the spider bite, if you saw my video on that, that was like a near-death experience, no joke. It's in my Traveling with Eczema playlist series. If you want to check it out, it's on the playlist. But yeah, that was a lot to deal with. And so when I came back home last year in 2019, really the entire year was all about me regaining my health, recovering from all the stress and the spider bite and the infection that it caused. I had found relief with the Juice Plus Whole Food capsules, and those things I felt like saved my life last year. But then I got cocky, and that's the kiss of death when you're recovering, and I just started to indulge again. I'm like, oh, I'm good. These capsules are like, you know, saving me. Maybe I can have a little more sugar. Maybe I have a little dairy. Maybe I can have a little more fried food and all these inflammatory things. I really love tasty food. Who doesn't? But yeah, I took it too far, you know, last summer. This summer of 2019 was big ass kicker. I mean, really all of last year was one big ass kick. It was one big long ongoing ass kick after another. And I mean, I had some, you know, like it started with an ass kick with a spider bite infection. I was recovering in Auckland, New Zealand, and the Chinese doctor did help me to detox a lot, but it was quite depleting. So then taking the Juice Plus Whole Food capsules was helping me to recover and bring back more nourishment in a faster rate that I could than I can do on my own and eating whole foods on their own. But of course, whole foods are still amazing. You should still eat them. But you know, I started them in February, and from February to July, I was so good. I had like, my hair was growing out super thick. My skin cleared up so fast. I was gaining strength. I was gaining toned even without exercising or exercising regularly. And yeah, I'm like, good. You know, thank you, Juice Plus. Lifesaver, miracle, seriously. It was just all good. And then, you know, July hit. 4th of July barbecue. Lots of sweets, lots of fried food, barbecue meats, and all that. Then August came. I went to Italy, had 1 week of total indulgence, ate all the bad things, had so much coffee, which was so tasty. But like I went to Sardinia, and they're just where I was staying was not really big on like vegan alternatives. So I had a lot of coffee with dairy milk in it, a lot of seafood, lots of meats, lots of carbs, lots of pasta, bread. So good tasting, but not good for my body. And it was the hottest month of the freaking year. Never again am I going to Italy in August. Oh my god, that was death. It was like Fiji and Bali, Indonesia again. Like hot, humid, like weather, tropical climates that are in the hottest month of the year. No, that is a breeding ground for me developing candida, plus the touristy food, carbs, fatty, sugary. No, thank you. And the coffee. No, it's just a death sentence for me. I really felt like I was dying after that week in Italy, and I got so swollen again on my neck, cracking, so much pain. I was on my knees in pain, no joke. I was literally on my knees in pain for days and weeks until I was starting to make some progress on my own. And then September, Labor Day weekend, me and my ex went to Stinson Beach, and it was a perfect day. It was a beautiful day. I enjoyed the ocean. I enjoyed my time with them and everything. But I was also indulging again with the foods and the holidays, and I hate the holidays are so associated with such bad food for the body and digestion and immunity. Like it's just all so inflammatory. So so then I was on my knees again after Labor Day weekend, and in October I just, I hit a breaking point, or maybe it was like late September to October. I hit a breaking point. Saw another Chinese doctor who told me to go vegan to clear out all the heat that was in my body, which made sense at the time. So I was only on Chinese herbs, and going vegan, and she said not to take the whole food capsules too from Juice Plus, just in case, because there are some foods there that would be considered hot in the Chinese medicine system of food energetics, the energy of food, whether it's hot or cold, in terms of its physiology in the body, in terms of how it contributes or takes away from heat or inflammation in the body. So I did that starting last October. And I was going, at first it worked really quickly because, it's what it is. I knew it worked from previous experience. If you've seen my other videos on Chinese medicine, you know how much I believe in it and how it's really helped me recover multiple times from multiple things, even other than eczema. So I went in and out because of my struggle with self-discipline and eating like certain foods, like indulgent foods, fried foods, sugary foods. Like even though I was vegan, I still had access to those kinds of foods and could still technically be vegan, but I was like a junky vegan, like a junk food vegan, potato chips and all that kind of stuff. And so the herbs were working, the recommendations were working, but my lack of discipline with the sugary stuff and the carbs and the fried foods made me go back and forth quite a bit. I had just indulged so much the second half of 2019, and just like, why? But I did. And then this past March, I was starting to get my shit together, and I was making tons of progress. Skin was clearing, digestion was good, like it was all good. And then quarantine hit us, and all the businesses got shut down. The Chinese doctor shut down her shop. She was not even going to, she chose not to even allow me to pick things up from her shop or to offer to mail it to me. Like the creams, the herbal creams she was making for my face and my skin, and or the herbs, just she would not be flexible on that. I still love her. She still knows what she's doing, but that really put a halt on my healing. So then this whole quarantine, I've just been kind of I was on a downward decline, especially around April through early May. And I was just coping and just kind of letting it all hang out. Like, what am I gonna do? What can I do? I started to try to do research, try to figure out what can I do to make this work. And I think because without her herbs, my digestion just started to decline again, and it was becoming difficult to even digest beans, and grains and nuts really were a killer. I remember eating some cashews and getting so swollen and getting like such a bad allergic reaction to it that I had not gotten in a very long time, like in years. And it's just like, wow, I really need those herbs, or I really need something to help me heal, because I keep eating all these cool and cold, food and herbs according to Chinese medicine, but I'm still swollen, I'm still itchy. What can I do? Am I just going to hit rock bottom again? Like, how many times do I have to freaking hit rock bottom this year? Or like, I don't know, in the last couple of years, like, I am so tired of being rock bottom. Something's got to give. There's got to be another answer. I'm always just that person, like, I don't care how many times I fall and tumble and get knocked down, I will find a way out, because there is always a way out. There's always a way. There is always hope. I don't know, like, I just am always like a stubborn optimist. I just can't help it. It's just, I just know, like, there's got to be a way out of this. This is not, like, being in suffering is for the rest of your life is no way to live. So if I'm still living, there's a way to transcend this. There's a way to get past it. There has to be someone out there. There has to be new information I haven't found out yet. There has to be another way to heal myself that I haven't learned about yet. And so that was my belief, especially around May, because I was getting desperate and things were getting tough. I was running out of food to eat because my digestion was so shot. And I just started to do a lot of research on YouTube. Excuse me. I also started to realize that, like with the spider bite infection, and I forget if I had mentioned it in that video, that getting to a point with my body where my digestive system could not digest nuts and beans anymore, like my primary sources of protein, was getting me to a place of nutritional deficiency and to a place where I needed to start considering eating animal products again. Like, I want to save the animals. I don't like the practices and the farms, and I don't know. The U.S., this country needs total food reform, a total reform in the food movement. But in the meantime, like, I gotta live. I've got to regain my health. I must regain my strength, because I'm too weak right now. Like, I barely have energy to do anything, and I can barely eat anything without fear of it triggering me or creating a rash, itchiness, swelling, bleeding. Like, I'm starting, I was getting to a place where I was like, I think I need to start eating animal products again for my life. And that's what had happened with the spider bite infection. I had to eat meat again. I think the first half of 2019, I just did that because I couldn't digest nuts and seeds and beans anymore. They would create so much gas and so much itchiness and flare up my candida because of all the starches. Even if I sprouted them. So that was a tough decision. And in the past couple of weeks, I started to notice this other eczema YouTuber named Stuart, and how he had such great results eating meat again, and how he had this coaching program, which I kind of tried to have myself last year after discovering the Juice Plus Whole Food capsules, like being a miracle worker for me. Though, when I look back, I was also eating meat at that time along taking the whole food capsules. I don't know if it was one or the other or both together, but in any case, I was like watching his videos and seeing his progress and how he's been healed for 8 years. And Just how he was also holistically minded, also from California. What's up, West Coast? And I was resonating with a lot of what he had to say, and I appreciated that he was not like crazy about being on one extreme of the food diet spectrum or the other. Like he had also been vegan for a while and saw progress with that until he didn't. And then he started being carnivore like a couple years ago. Sorry, I'm getting some phone notifications that are distracting me. And found relief that way, and he's been good ever since and has actually been less hungry, and just brought up some really amazing points about eating carbs and being vegan and the pros and cons of that, and the pros and cons of being carnivore, and now he's kind of somewhere in between, though still leaning more towards like animal products. And his skin looks great, and he looks really strong, and I want that. He seems to have really stable energy. I want that again. I want to be productive. I have things I want to contribute to the world in some way, whether it's eczema related or not. So, I'm just like, I got nothing to lose. I'm going to give this a shot. So for like a week, I was like watching his videos and trying his advice and eating like animal products again. Man, that first bite of that egg, my brain was on fire. Like the animal fat, that good cholesterol from the yolk, made my brain perk up so hard. It reminded me of like when I would eat like really fatty pieces of salmon or salmon sashimi. I like salmon sushi is my favorite. And just how it felt so good to my brain. And I'm just like, this is a good feeling. I'm really intuitive, and I know when things are good for me, and that felt really good. And then I started to have salmon, same experience. I was way less hungry. I was staying full. Like when I was vegan, I had to eat like almost, it felt like towards the end of March. Well, no, sorry, towards the end of like April and May, towards the end of my last stint with veganism, I was needing to eat it felt like almost every hour to 3 hours. And eating animal products again, I could feel full for 9 hours and still feel very satisfied and have energy and not need to nap after every meal. That's the thing with me that was starting to concern me too. Is like, why do I always feel so tired after eating all these carbs and this vegan diet? Like that to me, that means that my body does not have the energy to digest. It just felt like a sign of weakness. Like I thought like eating, like fueling up and eating was supposed to energize you, and I was not getting that. But like once I started to eat animal meat and products again, I had energy. I don't need naps anymore. I can go for like 2 to 3 hour nature walks, no problem. And my muscles feel less sore. It's just been really great. And then, of course, what we're here for is like the skin, the results with my skin. I was so swollen. I had patches. I had so much like indents, it's like, yeah, just cracks around my eyelids, and my jawline would get so itchy. My neck was swollen all the time. I did not have full mobility of my neck. Now I have total mobility. It's safe to drive again. Thank you, universe. The rashes on my arms, I don't know if you can really see. Yeah, sorry. So I'm not shaving. I'm going full savage quarantine style. But in any case, I may wax after quarantine. But in any case, all of these were way more swollen and raised before, and they are now fully flat. It's flat and it's dry because the skin died from all, just releasing the toxins and that irritation. Now it's flat, and it's just a matter of time before this dead skin peels off, and I will have that fresh baby soft skin again, and my skin tone will even out over time. But no pain, no itching, no swelling. Healing is happening today, okay? And I do not want to get political. I do not want to fight with any vegans. I do not want to fight with any carnivores. This is just information to share, and these are real results that I'm experiencing, that I am sharing in hopes that someone else who is vegan or has gone vegan, who, you know, is still having rashes, is still dealing with eczema, and is wondering what the hell, I'm eating so clean, I'm eating so healthy, why do I still have rashes? Why am I still so itchy? It, you know, it may be worth incorporating some animal products back into your diet, possibly. But more than that, I think you should check out Rob Stewart's YouTube channel. I will link it below. This is not sponsored. It's just real information and real experience, and he is legit. And so after a week of experiencing results just from following his advice on YouTube for free, I signed up for his coaching program. And I'm gonna be honest, it's been a week. I haven't even read the 3 Phases workbook or book that he sent me, that came with the coaching program, which I appreciate. That you can purchase it separately if you don't want to pay for his coaching program. And I'm just continuing to heal. But like, I'm excited to see what happens when I finally read it. I'm making time this week when I read it, implement everything fully, and just see how much more I will heal. Because I mean, he has the results. He's been doing it for years. I mean, he's a living example of how healthy you can get on his program. And it incorporates a lot of like holistic things. It's not just physical stuff. It's not just dietary stuff. There's emotional stuff. There's just lifestyle stuff. There's things with movement and philosophy. And he's the real deal. Like, he gives you legit information. So, you know, if you were looking for a coaching program, I'm sorry, I'm not doing one anymore. But Rob Stewart is really legit. I like 400% recommend his YouTube channel and his coaching program and his information, because it comes from real experience and the experience of his hundreds of clients, and you can't get more real than real results and real people's experiences. So yes, I am experimenting with more of a carnivore diet, but like Rob, I'm still incorporating, you know, some, you know, plant-based things. I still eat berries. I'll still occasionally have some celery juice. Currently, I'm just not digesting carbs as well. But I mean, having said that, I'm going to be like really transparent with you and admit that since eating animal products, it has been easier for me to eat things with sugar in them, and that is something that I'm working on. I know when I cut that out again, I will heal so much faster, but I have just dealt with so much deprivation for the past few months and so much fear around food. I am so grateful for the healing and for the ability to indulge a little bit again. And I'm just like figuring out my relationship with food, and you know, there's a part of me that really likes to indulge, and that is something that I am working on as a real human being. That is something that I'm working on. But I'll have to say, since eating the meat, I mean, eating stuff with like sugar, you know, some of the like the ice creams and the candy and the cookies and the chocolate bars. I mean, I'm still mostly going vegan. I'm still mostly avoiding dairy. But like, I've missed like mochi ice cream and stuff like that, and I'll have like 1 to 3 a day, and I have not reverted back, like in terms of like rashes and swelling and itchiness. I mean, sometimes there will be a little bit of itching, there will be maybe a little bit of swelling around my fingers and joints, yeah, as you can see, but it is not cracked, it is not swollen, it is nowhere where it was, and I know it's because of the nutrition and the minerals and the healthy proteins that I'm getting from the animal products. It's the main thing that I've changed. I haven't even started taking the Juice Plus Whole Food capsules, which I can't wait to do. But I'm just, you know, kind of doing one thing at a time, trying things out, and seeing how it goes. As I make more progress and try other things, I will continue to update you on this channel with my experiences and recommendations from my results. But of course, this is my experience. It may not apply to you, but if you can relate to any bit of my story and or any bit of the lifestyle and the different like diet yo-yoing, or just going from veganism to carnivorism, and just wanting to see how that could go for someone. I hope something here resonates with you and will help you on your healing journey. Just, it's more information to put in your back pocket and possibly pull out and use if you feel called to it. But yeah, I'm no longer vegan, and I am working on my sugar cravings again, and I am healing and feeling so much better. I have so much more energy. I even feel well enough to wear some makeup. So that's exciting. Of course, you can see there's still some dryness, but that's just recovering. And there was a lot of peeling, but a lot of that is gone. Now there's just some dryness, and that's it. You know, I don't even feel dehydrated. Before, I felt my skin was also very cracked and dehydrated, and now it's not dehydrated. It's just dry, which means that I can use my oils and my balms again without it feeling itchy. And I'm just so happy to have so much more access, and to feel free to use more things and to eat more things. It's definitely progress, and I'm grateful for it. Thank you, Rob, and I wish you many blessings and much success with your coaching program, because you deserve it. And I hope whoever watches this gets something out of it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Wishing you much healing. Bye.